In the past few weeks, I've made a multiplayer game called Tagged. It's a game where, just like in Tagged, you have an imposter, like a guy that's tagged, and then you, as the crewmates or the non tagged individuals, just need to try and escape from the imposter. And your objective is just to stay alive as long as possible. And when you get tagged, you are the tagger and you need to tag the other opponents. So here you have my game in action. When you start the game, you just are this little, I don't know, like Santa guy. But when you click on the E button, you can switch different skins. So you have like a banana, tomato, a Viking, a ninja, pink thing, a white thing, a blue thing. You can just switch all skins that you want. You can walk around via the arrow keys, also by the Z, the Q, the S, and the D, which is the European kind of standard movement keys, not the US ones. Sorry. But you can still use the arrow keys if you want. Now, there are different boosts and power-ups, like a portal right here. You have a speed boost right there, which you can just pick up and you will become insanely fast, like this, right? You will become 50% faster than all the rest, even the imposter. So you can just outrun an imposter like crazy, right? You also have like slow falling, you got invisibility, you got a jump boost, you got invincibility, and all the power-ups last for 30 seconds except the shield and the portal. The portal is just instant, but the shield only takes 15 seconds because that's kind of like overpowered if it's not like 30 seconds, right? Now, you can also do this, right? The dash ability. When you jump in the air and then let go of the up button and then press the downwards button. So it looks like this, okay? That's like a dash. You can go really fast with that. You can also kind of teleport through the imposter and not get tagged, which is kind of cool, right? And can lead to a cool gameplay moment where the imposter just like teleports through the the crewmate and then just doesn't like tag him, right? So they can lead to a few cool moments. Now you can also play this on mobile. So if you load the same website up on mobile, right? You can have like you will have these buttons you can touch on your touch screen, and then you can just move around on a mobile device, so like a phone, basically, or like an iPad or something like that. You can play this game on your iPad or on your phone on the way with your friends, right? Which is kind of cool. And the buttons will not show up if you're on the PC. So if you're on PC, I got no like touchscreen buttons or anything like that that I can press accidentally. So that's kind of neat that you can also just play it on the go on 4G with your friends, right? Which I already did with my friends, right? Now, what happens when you become the imposter? When you click the T button, you'll become the imposter, and you will have a blue little circle going to the closest crewmate that you need to tag, right? So if you kind of feel a bit lost, don't see anybody else, you can always follow the blue marker, and that will always lead you to the closest opponent. Now, if they're invincible, no, if they're invisible, they will not show the blue marker. And if you're invisible, it will also not show the blue marker to anybody else, okay? Now, as the imposter, you already have a 30% speed boost, but you can also pick up the additional boosts. It will not stack. So let's say you have a 30% speed boost and now you get the speed boost, like the normal speed boost. It will not just go to 80%, right? It will go to 50%. Okay. So if you have a speed boost and a crewmate also has a speed boost, you'll be at the same speed. You can also dash and all of that stuff. The only thing that's kind of useless with the imposter is the invincibility thing. Okay, because like it really doesn't matter if you get tagged whilst you're the imposter. Okay. Now, when you get to be the imposter, you automatically need to wait 10 seconds before you can move. So it's like if you get tagged, you're not able to just automatically tag the next one. Okay. You need to wait 10 seconds before you can even move. I think that's it. Yeah, you can play it on the go. It's mobile. You can do a dash like this. You can pick up different boosts and power ups. You can switch skins. You can. That's it. Another thing, Casper, here, you can also jump up in the air, touch a platform, and then stick to it, like you see in the gameplay a lot. So I just got used to it a lot. So yeah, when you see me jump in the air and stick to the platform in the air, that's normal. That's a part of the gameplay. That first was a glitch, but I just found it a really cool mechanic, so I kept it in, and yeah, it's worked out really nice. That's it. I think you have mobile support. You will also reset when you fall, so it's not like you infinitely fall like this, right? You will just fall back to him. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it. I will leave a link down in the description below. But now I will just talk a bit about what I exactly did to get this. Okay. So the first thing that I did was follow a tutorial for making a multiplayer game with JavaScript, right? GS, HTML, CSS. Now, it wasn't a platform or anything like that. It was just a little game where you can move around and you can shoot snowballs. That's it. Okay. Now then I transformed that into a platformer, which is not top down, but like this a side view, right? Like kind of like what I have here, right? Like I'm moving like this. It's not like a top down view of me. Okay. So I've changed that. I had it like gravity and jumping stuff and all of that. I made the platform with cool platformers and that kind of stuff, right? Level and that kind of thing. Now, then in school we played it not as a platformer because that was kind of like hardcore. It was difficult. It was a real difficult platformer, but we played tagged. So then I'm really into the game, made a whole different game practically, and I made it tagged, and now it's like a little tag game like you used to play in what elementary school, and it's kind of fun. I've played like for 3 weeks now with my friends, and I've constantly been improving it. I've changed from platformer to a tag game. I've added power ups and boosts. I've added a blue marker for the imposter, and really neat, really cool to do all of that with interaction to the actual players, right? Now, then mobile controls. Mobile controls are kind of weird. Okay. So what I did for mobile controls is I used something called touch and touch start, like touch move, all of these touches instead of the click thing. Because a mouse click isn't the same as a touch click. Okay. So you need to kind of vary, like you need to use the right one if you want to make it mobile, right? Now sometimes mouse clicks also register like work on mobiles, but it's kind of it isn't really regular. Okay, so if you want to make a mobile game that works on mobile, you should not use a mouse click. You should use a touch, or both. You can use both if you want to. Also, what you can do is need to not show all of these controls for mobile when you are on a computer, right? Also, you need to really think about how people are going to play the game. Are they going to play horizontally or vertically? Okay, because you need to you need to see, okay, if they play horizontally, where do I want the buttons to be? If they play vertically, where do I want the buttons to be? Then, if I want to allow access to both, which I'm probably going to do next a bit or some. Like I'm not right now. It's not in the game right now, but in the future, I kind of want to add a vertical control as well. What you then can do is say, okay, is the height bigger than the width? Okay, it's a vertical. Okay, if the height is smaller than the width, then it's horizontal. So you really need to test it out yourself a bunch of times. See what's comfortable. See where you want the buttons to be. See if it's the right size. The buttons. See it's not too big. See you can't see too much of the map, and your character is like really small. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically how I went from just creating Scratch games, and in the past having created like a few like GS games, right? HTML, CSS, to being able to make a mobile game. Now I host this game on something called Unrender, which is a really cool thing. It isn't that like if you start from scratch, it's kind of weird to get. But once you get a hang of it, it's kind of easy. I will leave the original tutorial, yeah, the tutorial I followed to make my first multiplayer game down in the description with the link to my game. And yeah, have fun coding, have fun playing my game. I don't know what you want to do with it, but see you later.